what is happening in Mombasa. There you go, some live pictures. That what you're seeing is what's happening outside the offices of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. The Governor, Hassan Joho, has already arrived there. He was escorted by his supporters and accompanied by his lawyer, James Orengo, together with a section of members of Parliament drawn from the coast region. And like Francis Santoma told us before, he arrived there to give answers to some of the questions that have been raised about his KCSE academic credentials. All right, so let me link up with my colleague again, Francis Santoma. Francis, so what more can you tell us about this? Has this particular event started?
Well, at this juncture, yes, a lot of activities here, a flurry of activities outside the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. And as right now, as we speak, the Governor of Mombasa, Hassan Joho, is still all up in the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, of course, recording the statement regarding the claims, or rather the accusation that had been leveled against him. He has gotten inside the premises, and all his supporters who are escorting him to this particular place have been barred from getting inside. And what we know is the fact that it is only him and his lawyers, that is James Orengo and also Mr. Mohammed Balala, his lawyers, who are with him, who actually went with him, and a host of a few politicians here from the coast region. And right now, as we speak, a lot of activities outside here. Police have taken vigil. They're not allowing anyone to get to make entry into their premises, and that is the picture that we are relaying to you. You can see the officers actually taking vigil here. They are armed to the tooth, of course, to ensure that there is peace in this particular area. The supporters actually managed to find their way. They managed to surpass the first blockage, and now they were barred at the gate of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. We are yet to get any word on what exactly is happening inside the premises, but any time from now, the governor could be emerging out of the Directorate of Criminal Investigation and talk to his supporters, because crowds are building outside his offices, of course, eager to hear what transpired in this particular process. At this juncture, no word is coming even yet from security apparatus here. They're yet to give any official information as regards what exactly is happening. But as you can see, there are some of his supporters who are eager, and they have already made their way here, of course, waiting to hear what will come out of this process. It has been a long way coming for the Governor of Mombasa, of course, faced with a lot of hurdles in the last couple of days, and those are some of the answers they're trying to seek from the premises here.
Ontoma, what information will the detectives be keen to get from Joho?
Well, of course, Joho is attached to two. There are two stories that are attached to this particular whole affair. There is one that is saying that he scored a C+, and there is another one, of course, reading that he scored a D-. And yesterday, of course, he acknowledged that he scored a D- yesterday at Serani Secondary School, a school that is just about a few meters from where I'm standing, within the heart of Mombasa. He indeed said he scored that particular mark, and of course, he joked about it, saying that it should actually serve an inspiration to Kenyan children, so that they are able to really realize their dreams. So what will be happening here, the kind of question that we expect to be leveled, rather to be put to him, will be to explain the forgery claims that were of course, alluded by the Kenya National Examination Council. You will remember that NEC said that they made a response actually to the criminal investigations that had tasked them to investigate his result slip. And after that particular verdict that his papers were fake, that is when we had the police now summoning him to come and record statements. So right now, we expect that any moment from now, it could be merging out and explain to us perhaps what has been transpiring inside the police authorities.
Press briefing on Tomo, he said that he has the answers to the kind of questions that the investigators have. Do we know what information he had prior to this engagement today at the DCI?
Well, not once, but severally, Joho has made it quite clear that he was not involved in any sort of forgery of documents, and that is exactly what the case that he will be trying to present here, because the case has everything to do with forgery claims, and that is what he'll be trying to really clear his name and present to them. Because as I had said earlier, there were actually assertions that he had presented a simpler certificate, and of course this certificate was to allow him get an entry into the university, being the minimum mark actually to get into university in Kenya. But he said he actually whitewashed these claims, and yesterday he made it clear that he got a D minor. So at this particular juncture, yesterday he said that he has all the answers, and all those answers you expect, or rather we understand that the ones that he could be presenting, you've seen him walking with his lawyers, that is James Orengo and Mohammed Balala. So that of course tells you that he's trying to back up his information, to back up his data, put his facts right, and be able to present them to police authorities here. The outcome of this whole affair, either way, of course, this will have massive political implications. Should it be bad to go or rather to retain his seat, or rather to go for re-election in August, that will have far-reaching implication in the politics here of the Coast region. And also, should he be cleared of this particular assertion of this particular claims, also far-reaching implications, because this could actually this could either be construed actually as being injurious, especially to the Jubilee State, which as his supporters have time and again cited that it is actually their machination that has brought all these particular affairs.
All right, finally, you've mentioned that, this is definitely going to have some massive political implications on Joho. What is the electorate saying about the whole drama and the chaos that have been surrounding the governor for the last couple of weeks?
Well, of course, you'll get varied answers depending on who you put that questions to. If you talk to his supporters, they'll cite politics in all these affairs. They will say that Joho, of course, is being targeted unfairly. In the last couple of months, actually, we've seen a lot of events that have touched on his character, on his position as the governor of Mombasa, his fights with the Jubilee State. Of course, their supporters will cite the question of politics. But there are those others who will be on the other side of, or rather the other way, the other side of the argument, and they'll tell you that this is Joho is a man who is in the office of the governorship, and it is important for electorates and his supporters and even the entire country to understand his academic qualification, whether he's not qualified or whether he's qualified. And therefore there are those who are giving this a level-headed approach, and there are others actually who are reading politics and actually summing it up all as politically instigated affairs.